Hello, welcome to a discussion of the Bible reading that I've been doing. I'll try to keep it shorter this time. Um, I noticed that in the account of the Passover in the book of Exodus, one of the things that was held up was, now here's the deal, folks, stay up as you observe the Passover. Not the Passover itself, but the remembrance, the annual remembrance. When you have Passover, stay awake that night. An echo of when the disciples fell asleep in the garden. You know, a Jewish person that would have read that at the time would have thought, oh, they were breaking, they didn't do a very good job. So it's not only that they let Jesus down, they weren't even following their own tradition. So I thought that was interesting. We have in our own nation the Salem witch trials in our history where people were put to death. And I noticed that being a sorceress was a capital offense. That was in chapter 22, I believe. Women were believed to have more spiritual powers. They may mention male, conjurers or whatever, but it was mostly women were seen to have more contact in the spiritual world. But death sentence, my goodness. Chapter 21, it has just kind of this throwaway line. When a man sells his daughter, and then it says, okay, if you sell your daughter to someone, and he doesn't really like the work that she does, well, you have to buy it back. Buy your daughter back. But just, to casually say, when you sell your daughter. Boy, we're living in different times, and thank God for it. In chapter 30, they have the formula for the anointing oil to be used in the tent of meeting, the holy place. And so I'm thinking, hey man, we can mix up some of that anointing oil and we can use it when we anoint, like the service of healing or whatever. And then, of course, it says, this is not for your personal use. Oh, rats. Chapter 32 has Moses talking down God in his anger. So you have the human being reasoning with God, saying, now calm down, God. What a unique thing to present. The audacity or the deep friendship that existed between Moses and God. Yeah, God, quiet. No. Calm down, God. Normally we think of it as the other way around. In chapter 38, after lengthy descriptions of how to build the tent of meeting, how to make the fabrics, how to cast the candelabra, all this stuff, chapter after chapter, and then it describes how they did it, and then how they put it together. So it's kind of a long section that seems a little extreme, but it mentions the different metals that were used. 1,900 pounds of gold, 6,437 pounds of silver, 4,522 pounds of bronze. So I got on the internet, and That's $57 million worth of metals. And I guess most of that came from looting Egypt before they left. And Genesis says that the run-of-the-mill Egyptians, they kind of liked the Israelites. It was the hoity-toity Pharaoh and his group that did not like them, saw the Israelites as a threat. But the everyday people gave the Jews their precious things, maybe to get them out, but out of not so much anger or extortion, but giving. Oh, let's see. 10 Commandments are in chapter 20 if you want to check those out, but we're fairly familiar with what that's about. Well, and then in one place it says Moses saw God face to face. And then in another place, Moses could not see God face to face or he'd die. And then Moses goes up the mountain with 70 elders and they see God. And then in another place it says, well, they couldn't see God because if they saw God, they'd die. And I think that this is one of the many, many occasions where scholars are able to look at the book of Genesis, Exodus, the first 5 books of the Bible, and see that parts of it were written at different times, slightly different language, and then brought together. And they made some compromises, I guess. They said, okay, we're going to include this, and we'll include the other tradition too. So the Pentateuch, the 5 books, are a mix of different traditions, different writers, and all for us, or we have it for our use. Bye-bye.